Guys, welcome back, and today we are going to be making a how to make first person in Fortnite creative tutorial. Now, as I can clearly tell by the thousands of views on the video, as well as the 15 votes mainly going towards the first person tutorial, I'm now going to make one. Now, what you are going to need is the camera orbit device, the input trigger device, and the consumables button device. I need you to place down the input trigger device, rename it to input trigger aiming. Now I need you to grab the camera orbit device, place it down, rename it to camera orbit standing / crouching, put in these settings. By the way, you can adjust these three to be exactly to your character's wave. Like right now it looks good on this skin because I mainly just revolved that around the specific skin that I'm wearing. Real quick, I just want to point out right now, before I obviously continue with the rest of the video, the main reason why it's different for each player is because if you're wearing a different skin compared to what I'm using, they have different hitboxes depending on what skin you're using. That's why you have to adjust it to your skin's adjustments. That's why every time I move and look down and whatnot, it looks good. But if I use any other skin, it's going to look a bit janky and weird. So you're going to have to mess around with these until you get it perfect. The X, Y, and Z axis. Just mess around with them until it's to your liking. Once you got those settings in, I need you to place down another camera orbit device, rename it to camera orbit standing / crouching aiming, and put in these settings. Now this, it's the same with that one, but you have to get the specific weapon that you put into the thing. So in my case, give me a sec. So in my case, it's this gun. I had to edit it and move the X, Y, and Z axis a lot just to make it look exactly like this. And that's because I'm using this specific skin. So if you're wanting it to look like mine, then edit the X, Y, and Z axis until it's to your liking. Now grab a consumables button device, place it down, put in these settings. And go to the input trigger device, put in these settings. Now, just ignore that one for now. I need you to go into the input trigger device. I need you to go to the on input pressed send event 2, consumable button activate, and then on input released send event 2, camera orbit standing / crouching add to player, and camera orbit standing / crouching aiming remove from player. Now those ones should be fine because you've already got those settings sorted. Now just obviously make sure that the add to player on start is either attached to spawn pads or on, to make sure that you definitely get it. Go to the settings of the consumable button device and go to on activated send event 2, camera orbit, standing / crouching aiming, add to player. Now, I need you to get the corresponding gun that you want for it. Make sure that you've edited the camera orbit device to line up with the specific gun that you get. Put the gun into there, and then obviously every time you pick up that specific weapon and aim down the sights with it, you will always go into the sights of that one. Now, if you're wanting the first-person sighted weapons to work, like this one for an example, you place down this one again, so copy and paste the consumable button device, and make sure that it's getting activated when receiving from input trigger aiming on input press. Standing / crouching, remove from player. Now obviously make sure that you have the corresponding first-person sighted weapon in the consumable button device. Every single gun that I want to be focused on a specific point is put into a different category. So all you have to do, obviously to make sure it works for all of them, is to copy and paste the camera orbit device and the consumable button device that has the weapon, paste it to the side, put the corresponding weapon in, make sure that you use that corresponding weapon to sort out the precision of the camera orbit device. So then every time you aim down the sights with that specific weapon, it moves down to the sights of that weapon. Same goes with the first-person sighted weapons. But instead of copying and pasting the camera orbit device with it, you just grab the first-person sighted weapons consumable button device, paste it to the side, put in the corresponding gun, obviously with the first-person sighted weapon, and it should work perfectly. Incredibly sorry. I've just got many things going on. I've got a lot of stuff going on in my head. I'm trying to not think about certain things I don't want to think about. So I've been trying to distract my brain. That's why it's been that's why this tutorial has been a bit confusing. I'm sorry, but I hope you guys enjoyed. See you.